Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Welcome back to part 3 of the boat project, where we're bringing this 1980 Johnson 9.9 outboard back to life. We're getting our new fuel lines worked out, solving a weak P-hole problem, and we're pulling off the prop to make sure there's no fishing line and we're clear of anything that could damage our seal. So settle in, don't go anywhere, and let's see if we can get one step closer to getting this boat on the water.
Alright, what's up guys? We're out here. Today is the day, hopefully, that we get this engine running. It's a nice early Sunday morning. We're going to try to get some final stuff done on this. I need to get this fuel line put on that I bought, maybe check the oil, but we'll see. This is the only fuel line that they had at AutoZone yesterday. The line is actually a lot thicker, so hopefully that doesn't cause any issues. Actually, that's really loose on that. That's way too loose. The hole is just slightly too big.
Since my new hose was the wrong size, I had to make it work with the old original hose.
Put a little bit of carb cleaner through it and blow some air through it too. So I was having a big gas leak right where this was plugging into the gas intake on the motor. And then I was walking around Walmart the other day and I saw this little fitting and I looked at it and it looked like all the ones I was seeing of people using, but that was not what came with the kit that I got. So just know if you order this one of these gas tanks on the internet, you may have to change this.
So getting the proper fitting put on did solve our gas leak problem 100%, at least in this spot.
Looks like we might have leaked around the fitting because it's all wet down where that fuel line went into the carb. Yeah, that's all gnarly. I don't know what I was thinking, that would be okay to try to use again. Let's see if that leaks. Still seeing a leak. God, I'm gonna have to get that over somehow. I don't know, let's try to pull it, see what happens.
Well, we got this thing running. It's running at its high speed right now, and we're gonna have to deal with the idle settings, but we got it running.
Boom! Got it running. One problem, I'm not seeing the P line. I don't see the water spitting out from the water pump, so I don't know why the water pump's not working. We did replace it. There is a high chance that I messed something up, so I may have to take it back apart and do that, but oh my God, we got it running.
So I spent some time messing with the slow speed adjustment knob, trying to get that right to where it could idle at a low speed, but also I wanted to keep taking a look at this water pump and make sure that it was spitting out water.
So we had to go pick up some smaller fuel hoses. Hopefully this will fit over this carb input a little bit better and stop that fuel leak that I'm seeing that I think is coming from the line. It still feels a little loose. Like I feel like it should be more snug, but maybe with the zip tie on it that'll help something. All right, this is the moment of truth. If this still leaks, that's like 3 hoses I've tried. I don't know what to do. I don't think I see a leak. All right, sweet. I don't see any leaks. I think we got it. So it's just the wrong hose.
So with that problem dealt with, it's time to put the breather box back on, see if we can get this thing going.
I think at this point we're just trying to like fine-tune carb settings really to get it to idle right, and then I'd like to put it into gear. I do want to check if there's like fishing line caught up behind the prop, but we'll do that later. All right, so we have the muffs back on. We're gonna try to pull this thing, but I did remember we might have a peeing issue. I really hope we don't have to do anything significant.
So getting it fired back up, you can see that the P-hole is really not spitting out water the way it should be. It's barely dripping out, and that's definitely not safe because I do not want this engine overheating.
All right, so that's our P-hole, but it's not really peeing well. I'm gonna try to stick something up in it, and maybe there's some stuff in there we can clear out. It's just not peeing as well as I would like. I do have these little pipe cleaners from my kids' craft kit. Doesn't make it very far. Doesn't look clogged up though.
So with pretty minimal work, it looks like we solved that. That's a much stronger output of water, and that's one that I feel like is going to be able to cool the engine a lot better than the little drips before. So the last thing I wanted to do was pull this prop off, take a look behind it, make sure there was no fishing line in there that could damage our seal and let any water leak into the lower unit.
Do not see any fishing line though, so that's good. This grease has been in here for a while. It's really sticky grease. All these little crevices are just like really solidified grease. Don't never assume things are good. Just check stuff for yourself. This thing's pretty gross. I'll probably just spray that out with some brake cleaner. It's really sticky. All right, I guess that's good enough for now. It's definitely a lot better. We'll put some new marine grease on here. This STP brand marine grease is it's definitely got a different texture than the Lucas oil. It's more stringy. It's a lot more stringy. I don't know how else to describe it.
Be sure you guys hit the subscribe button and stick around next week where we're going to be doing some trailer work and diagnosing what might be a pretty big problem. So stay tuned, stick around, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in part 4 of the boat project.